Abraham here with Shaun Hepburn. I've been trying to get an interview with this guy for the past couple years. Finally here, met him on set, some TV series, whatnot, and you were on the way to another commercial. I was like, who is this guy? And you leave, and everybody tells me that's the legendary Shaun Hepburn. I was like, what? You were down to earth, cool, funny. You put me on the film comm, and my first question out the gate is the beginnings of Shaun Hepburn, the actor.
Okay, the beginning, basically I was doing background for probably 6 months to a year. Get into it. Basically, around that same time, my son was acting, and basically he had a commercial and the dad was sick, so they were like, why don't you try it? I tried it. I literally picked him up for like 6 seconds. A couple months later, I saw how big the check was, and I was like, woo, maybe I need to switch professions. So I reached out to Filmcom, and ever since then, my first gig was Suicide Squad. I was actually supposed to be there for background, but I got there, and they upgraded me to be like Will Smith's henchman, which is crazy because I had like a gun the size of my body, and I got to meet Will, and yeah, that changed my life that day. That definitely changed my life.
Now, at that point, did you say to yourself, I want to be an actor, this is the way to go?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And how was the feeling of being your first gig and being such a large production and meeting Will at the same time?
It was, it felt like a dream, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like how I got in there, like I was on Facebook and I saw my friend, he was on Suicide Squad, so I reached out to him like, how are you on Suicide Squad? And you know who I'm talking about too. And he's like, hey man, take this number down and you can work tomorrow. So that's what I did because I was hungry, still am very hungry. And I was on set, and then I'm on set, and they said, hey, you look pretty big. We want you to be Will Smith's henchman. Come over. So I didn't know what was going on. Me and this other guy were on set now, right beside Will, talking to Will, and I see the guy that put me in that position. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, this is just, it's insane. So, yeah, that was the first gig.
So your first gig. Now, the gigs coming afterwards, you've been in a lot of stuff, just seeing online, seeing you on TV, whatnot, and you said yourself at that point, I want to be an actor, and what was the next step after that?
The next step was research and just find out where I need to go and what I need to do to be the best. So got into training at several different places, making sure the headshot is right, and not only working for like doing commercials and movies and stuff, but working for free too, getting like student films. That was at the beginning. That should be like everyone's goal, to try and get some footage instead of just doing, you know, what your agent sends you. Try and bust your ass and get some stuff yourself, and you know, get footage, because demo reel is very important.
Now, people see you at this phase in your acting career, and they don't know there's a background to you in terms of you doing background work, and you're going to acting school, and you're upgrading stuff, and the student films and so forth. How important is that to be a successful actor in Toronto?
Oh, it's vital, man, because you can get left behind if you have no training and stuff. You don't want to just be a commercial actor, right? You want to. Well, I guess some people do, but I mean, for me, myself, I want to be more than that. I want to be a TV actor, movie actor. I'm starting to get into video games, so I'm just trying to get myself into wherever I can right now.
Now, your life started changing. You remained the same person. How did things change around you in terms of individuals, good or bad?
I would say both, because like I'm a person I like to give. Anyone knows me. You ask me anything, whether it be fitness, acting, whatever it may be, I'm gonna help you. But I'm finding out like that people aren't being genuine. That it's like they just want to be your friend to just get advice or get on the same agency or like just to get on. So it's kind of hard right now to pick friends that are genuine.
Yeah, and so you've lost that ability to actually meet somebody and be a genuine friend. So it's difficult for you. How difficult is it for your son to protect him from all that?
My son, he's a lovable guy. He doesn't have any brothers, he has sisters. So when we're out, he just wants to be around little guys like him, and yeah. So yeah, I try to protect him.
Now, there's a lot of glamorous life in terms of acting, in terms of the pay, what you eat, and the trips you take, and whatnot. There's some things that aren't as glamorous. You want to name a couple of those things?
Oh, guys. Okay, so getting to auditions, you could be all day going back and forth to auditions, having to wait hours for the next one. You can get, because I have my son also acts too, so we have some days where it's just all day we're just driving back and forth. He doesn't have school. He can't go to school because he's doing so much. And then we'll go home, we have self-tapes, and we have a family life too, right? So that's definitely difficult for sure.
Now, when it comes to auditions itself, how do you prepare yourself for auditions?
Ooh, yeah. I prepare myself a lot. I make sure I research what the role is, like inside and out. Making sure I look the part. I think that's key. Coming and looking like whoever it is. Like I'm 33, right? I don't dress like a dad. But when I have those roles, trust me, I'm looking like a dad. I'm wearing the golf shirt. I'm wearing the belt tucked in. Like the shoes are looking like you couldn't tell me I don't look like a dad. So for every role, I like doctor, nurse, coach, basketball player. Just make sure you look the part and research your part, please.
Okay, so as honest as you could possibly be, did it ever get to your head, the roles? Is there any point in your career that it got to your head and it's like, oh my gosh, this is really, again, I'm really feeling myself. I'm changing maybe.
Like as in, like if I see something I've got it kind of thing?
No, in terms of your personality change, you're feeling like you're a big shot, you're being extra, your mindset is changing.
No, never been that. I haven't got to where even close to where I want to be, and even if I was that place, just because of the way my parents grew me up, I'll never be that person. So no, won't change me for sure.
Now, when I say about the people changing around you, right? Is it difficult to say, hey, you're changing, I don't want to be around you anymore?
No, I'll just not be around you. You just won't hear from me anymore. Yeah, because there's people around me that like they're in the same industry too. Like it's starting to change them. They think they're a big shot or.
That's my ass.
Yeah, and it's just I will tell people like you're getting a little cocky, but I just kind of cut them off because it's bad energy that I don't need. I just need positive energy coming to me.
And tell me some of your hurdles, your bad auditions. I think people need to hear this because you're doing very well, but people think that you sort of just walked off the street and did it without any training.
Yeah, so out of every yes that you see, I probably had 30 or 40 no's.
It's important to hear that.
So you got to keep going. The no's, you got to keep going and know that there's more to come. And in terms of bad auditions, whoo, I've had so much. I can't even tell you. I've had so much. I can tell you one where I went and I looked at my audition and I said, okay, it's at 10 o'clock. I get there now and there's a script. So I got to learn the script and it was there. I didn't see it. So I got to learn the script right there and then. And I guess I got it 5 minutes, went back in, had no emotion, sound like a robot. I remember them saying, like, did you even prepare for this? And I went home, tail between the legs, but thought about that and was like, you know what, that's not happening again. So just make sure I look 3-4 times at that email and make sure that you see that attachment, because if you don't, you can really mess yourself up for a big role, and for the casting director that probably won't see you again because they don't think you're taking it seriously.
Now, when you feel that you failed or not as successful as you could have been in an audition, how do you recover from that emotionally?
Oh man, it's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, but just knowing that you're not gonna let that happen again, and just basically what happens to me is I'll go home and I can just see myself in that audition room. I can see myself messing up, so I'm like, you know what, man, like I gotta make sure next time I don't take it lightly, the opportunity, and just go hard.
So where are some of the places that you've traveled as a result of acting?
But honestly, Vancouver, Nova Scotia, Jamaica, and that's about it. New York, yeah, and that's it for now.
That moment when you felt like a professional, you were like, I'm an actor. You could self-proclaim that I'm an actor.
Probably when I booked 4 union gigs in 1 week. And I pretty much knew that I was okay to actually quit my job. I was working nights, guys. Like my first year, I was working night shift and I was doing the auditions. And so when I booked the union stuff, I was like, okay, this is it. And from that on, I kind of knew like this is it. I can work as an actor and get paid.
And for a lot of people that I know that are in the field of acting, it's at the deciding moment whether they should quit their job to follow their dream or not to. What advice can you give fellow actors out there, or anybody, or musicians or whatnot, when you felt that deciding moment was, I'm going to quit my job?
For me, when I had enough money saved, I know I could be off for 6 months and still survive, just in case, you know. But yeah,
We're going to keep that in.
yeah, we gonna keep that in. But yeah, just have some money saved and just having some confidence in yourself and jump. If you have that feeling, just jump, man. Because you know, people get scared and you don't want to look back in 10, 15 years and be like, man, that's what I should have done and da-da-da. So just take that jump.
What do you think that quality in you that casting agents continuously see? Whether it's SOC, whether it's script reading, whether it's commercials, whether it's video games, there's something about you that they see. What do you think that quality is?
The positivity and I would say the confidence goes a long way. So when you're going for a brand, you know, like a toothpaste brand or whatever the brand is, you want to look confident that when you're selling it. So whether you're smiling, that smile is genuine, and that's basically it. The confidence has to be there, and I'm very funny.
What would this Shaun Hepburn tell as advice for the Shaun Hepburn 10 years ago?
Oh my God. Get proper headshots done immediately. A lot of people out the gate when they first started, they're like, $500 for a headshot,
Yes.
$450.
That
Oh my
was me.
God, that was me, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people in our culture, we trying to save some money,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it took me a while. I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe a year. And if I was an agent, you wouldn't even have an option. To tell you the truth, if I was an agent, I'd show you someone. That's why I'm saying do student films, be on Mandy.com, be on those sites where you can get student films and get footage, or even a lot of casting houses that do demo reels, so you can pay and do a demo reel. But I'm just telling you, it's so important. You'll get so much more TV and film when you're demo reels.
And your headshots, if you got good headshots, I picked the premium Lindsay McDonald because when you get premium headshots, they just book you for your headshots. That guy looks, or that female looks amazing. We're booking them versus, you know, typical camera, which I went cheap with and whatnot, right? Now, for the future Shaun Hepburn, where do you expect to be 2, 5, 10 years from now?
Ooh, I would say 2 years. I expect to be on a big TV show, whether it be Canadian or American. Have my son also on his own TV show too. He also acts too, so I have big plans for me and this guy. Lots of films, lots of more video games. I just did Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty for motion capture them. So more opportunity.
All right, so the last question going out the gate is, who would you like to thank? I know this is the big question, but I always give everybody opportunity, so speak wisely.
Okay, I'd like to thank my girl for helping me, because she helps me organize and helps me myself tapes, food, because I eat a lot. I eat 6 meals a day. My parents probably for instilling that determination. My dad had had 2 jobs, night job and a day job for about 20, 30 years. So that work ethic, it definitely comes from my father. My mom, my personality, she's this spitting image of me. By the way, you need to start acting. And my son gets his whole personality from her too. And you know what? Everyone in the industry that's positive and trying to work, you guys all inspire me, man. We got a small community of actors that we all support each other, but you guys all inspire me, man.
Well, you heard it from Shaun Hepburn. Thanks for hanging out for the interview after 2 years. We're doing this. Peace out.